All right, listen, in more worldwide news, back over to the U.S., Kanye says Ice Spice is refusing to give him a verse.
What word is that?
Refusing.
Okay.
Don't play with her.
I'm not.
Thank you.
I just want to be clear.
So before we get into it, backstory, Kanye has an unreleased song called New Body. All right, it was supposed to come out on an album that he planned to release back in 2018,
Right.
like 6 years ago, Kanye. But the album never came out. Nicki Minaj was originally on the feature. Last year, when Kanye was getting ready to release his Vultures album with Ty Dolla $ign, he asked her for the clearance for her verse. Nicki told Kanye no. After Nicki deaded Kanye, that is so dramatic. After Nicki deaded Kanye, he apparently reached out to Ice Spice and Doja Cat to replace Nicki's verse. Kanye vented on his IG story about the status of Ice Spice's verse, and it says Ice Spice sent the verse in. So she did actually record it, and she sent it in for New Body. Now her team is saying we can't use it.
Makes sense.
Probably for the best.
Well, see, what Nicki said, that it was 6 years old, and it was an old verse. Like, she didn't want to put out an old verse, which makes sense.
I totally agree with it.
And Ice Spice, I opened up for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I was going to say best friends with Taylor Swift now.
Homies with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift don't F with you.
Yeah, I mean,
She's riding with Taylor
obvious.
Swift.
Right, she's riding with her. So I just want to give y'all, just a little bit of news
And everybody
everywhere.
And everybody musically don't have to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Kanye West, Ice Spice collaboration. I'm not feeding for that in no way, shape,
Might have
or form.
sounded dope, though. Might have sounded hard.
Probably
It
for
may
the
have
best
been
it didn't
hard.
happen.
Yeah, undocumented immigrants have the right to own guns. Very, very scary. Earlier this month, an Illinois judge dropped gun charges against an illegal migrant. U.S. District Court Judge Sharon Coleman. She argued that a migrant acted in self-defense.
A judge in Illinois just ruled illegal immigrants have the right to keep and bear arms. Police arrested an illegal immigrant living in Chicago with a gun back in 2020. They charged him for violating the federal law banning illegal immigrants from having guns. Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman just decided the Second Amendment applies to him, the illegal immigrant, like everybody else, so he can have a gun. In her decision, she wrote that Humberto Flores received and used the handgun solely for self-protection and protection of property during a time of documented civil unrest. Court documents show Flores fired the gun at moving cars during the BLM riots in Chicago. He argues police officers warned him about looters who were approaching his neighborhood.
I'm so confused by this. An illegal immigrant, right? So that means you're not a citizen of America. So if you're not a citizen of America, how do the constitutional
apply to
rights
you?
or even laws of that state apply to you?
Yep. And he said basically like he fired. He said that he was